just wish you make a dish.
Hey everyone, this is Ellis Dish from Dish Motors. We're back better than ever with our new sales and service center on Route 32 in North Franklin. Everyone says there's nothing better than dealing with the dishes, and here's why. Selection. We have the area's largest inventory of off-lease, one-owner vehicles of all makes and models. You name it, we got it, or I'll get it for you at no additional charge. Quality. Each vehicle goes through a rigorous 120-point safety and quality check. Nothing leaves the lot without my personal approval. Convenience. We have financing sources for almost any situation. We offer on-site registration processing, and we have maintenance programs for years of stress-free ownership. And now open for all your maintenance needs. Our full-service repair facility, where oil changes start at just $19.99. Call today for your appointment or just stop by. So save thousands and deal with the dishes. Route 32, North Franklin. Or check us out online at dishfranklin.com. Or ring us, 860-383-4750.
Just wish you make a dish.
Hey, I'm Jess, but you can call me the Tire Queen. For the best deals on tires, come and see me at Advanced Automotive on Route 138 in Griswold. Call me at 860-376-8687. But definitely don't talk to my dad. He's definitely not the Tire King.
And right now, Jess the Tire Queen has great deals and excellent service waiting for you at Advanced Automotive, Route 138 Griswold.
Tire Queen.
And good morning, everybody. It is 8:26, and I'm out of vacation mode all of a sudden. All of a sudden, bam, it's over, and just bam, no more vacation.
Welcome back to the real world.
Yeah. This is not the real world, man.
Well, you think
This is not the real world.
You just came out of fantasy land.
Well, what's the forecast, Paul?
Well, let's take a look at that. Well, the heat is on, as you know. The whole state is actually under a heat advisory.
Okay.
Yeah. Right now, the temperature downtown Jude City is 75 degrees. Sun and clouds today, some mixed skies around 86 or 88 degrees. But tonight, a few clouds, lows around 72. For your Thursday, well, it's going to be partly cloudy skies, hot and humid, highs around 92. So there you go. So the heat index is going to be up there. And of course, for tomorrow night, mainly clear. Some few clouds around. Lows will be around 71 degrees.
Awesome.
And that's your weather from SNSN on this Wednesday, 08/11/2021.
All right. So Laura has already piped in and said, good morning. Welcome back. You brought the Florida weather with you. Yay. See, I have value. I have, albeit small, I have a little bit of value.
There's more value than a penny.
I know. But wonderful vacation. Didn't start out very wonderful, though. No, let me tell you what happened. So I tried to experiment a little bit with the Apple Wallet.
Oh, okay.
Okay. The reason why was because everything is like contactless pay and everything down there, whatever. So I figured, all right, I put some cards in and whatever. Yeah. Well, then it made me go ahead and do a Face ID and a 6-digit passcode. Okay, here we go. Blah, blah, blah. Set it all up.
Yeah.
So then we get to, where were we? The first stop was from Bradley to Detroit. So we stopped in Detroit and I looked at my phone and it wouldn't do Face ID. It said you need to unlock it with your 6-digit, and I couldn't remember.
Oh boy.
I couldn't remember what the password was.
So the passcode, you couldn't remember your passcode?
No, not at all. All right. 4 digits is one thing. 6 digits, forget about it. I had no idea what it was. So with an iPhone, what happens? Okay, locks up. You get 15 minutes. Then it's 30 minutes. Then it's an hour.
Oh, boy.
And finally, it just locked up to the point where I couldn't use it. It was totally disabled. The phone was just nothing. It was a rock at that point. It was a piece of meat. So I can't be in touch with anybody or do anything that I normally do because my phone's locked up. Wow. And guess what? We don't have a car down there because we're staying on the Disney property. Now what? So no, supposedly you had to have, you got to hook it up to a laptop, right? Well, I'm thinking somebody around here's got to have a laptop, right?
They didn't have one? I was thinking of.
No, well, they had a little computer area where you could set up, but you can't hook up anything to it. And they sure as hell didn't have iTunes on it.
Yeah, that's true.
So no, there was nobody. There was nothing I could do. So after the second day, I took a cab, which I should have. They said, well, why don't you just take an Uber into Orlando and go to the Florida Mall, which is absolutely huge, by the way.
I believe
Absolutely huge.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, but I can't take an Uber. Why? Because I can't get into my phone to call an Uber. So I can't even do anything.
Oh boy.
So what do? I had to call a cab. So I went to the front desk and they said, well, you can just do it on your phone. I'm thinking, I can't do it. So there's a moral at the end of this story, by the way. So then I get out. They said there's a cab usually outside of the resort, right outside the front door, at all times, because usually somebody.
Yep.
So I went outside, and then there was a cab, and you could see the guy just licking his chops. We've been waiting for you, sir, to come in. All right, so give you an idea, it cost me. How much do you think it cost me round trip to go to the Florida Mall, 11 miles away, back to the resort?
$55.
106.
Holy shit! That was one way.
100. No, both ways.
I know, but I was.
Oh, all right, $106. It cost me. Thank you. You know what I found out? How much an Uber would have cost me?
Probably $25.
$17 each way. Would have been $34. I went home.
Man.
God.
Why don't you have when you put a passcode in, use a number that you're familiar
Thanks, Beth. Good morning to you too.
Why don't you just use a number that you're familiar with?
Hold on. I thought I did.
Well, apparently you didn't.
Yeah, but I don't ever use a 6-digit code ever. So a day and a half, almost 2 days, I finally get and now I don't have any apps. I'm like, because they had to totally reset my phone. Luckily, I knew my iTunes name and password.
Oh man.
Yeah. So I'm in the Apple store at the mall.
Yeah. What the heck? Oh no, it's not working.
No, my phone's fine. So now I'm at the Apple store. They fixed it up. You know what they had at the Florida Mall? They had a Tesla store.
Really?
They had a Tesla store. They had 2 Teslas right in the showroom. It was amazing.
Wow.
So while I was waiting for, an Apple Genius from the Genius Bar, you can't even get a gin and tonic at the Genius Bar, so I did. So I went over and looked at the Tesla store. It's pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty nice.
Guy comes over and goes, hi, can I help you? I said, nope. He goes, why not? I said, because I'm never going to be able to buy one of these. And he goes, well, how do you know? I said, I work in radio.
They actually came out with
tears came down.
They actually there's one about $30-something thousand.
No, I know.
Yeah, I know, but they just reduced.
Yeah, they do range.
Yeah, the new range just came out, and I think it's only like 300 miles, something like that.
Well, I drove my friend to Tesla once. It was awesome.
Yeah.
So I finally got my phone restored.
Yeah.
And I started. I still don't have all my apps that I use, but whatever. I have the important ones in there that I use. So, but what I do is I want to challenge you, the listener or the viewer, hi, you guys, to lock your phone for 2 days and see how long you last. It's not easy. And here's what I learned. What I learned was that these devices, that we do so much on them, and there are so many things that this world is controlled by these. I couldn't even pay for things unless it was cash, and they frown on that. Oh, you'll be paying cash? Oh, hold on, let me take you to a drawer that has change. I'm serious.
Yeah.
It was awful.
Wow. So I'm surprised that when you set your passcode up, you didn't do a Face ID.
I did.
What happened?
It wouldn't let me. It said, didn't you hear what I said at the beginning of the story? It said you have to unlock the. I don't know if it was because I was in a different geographical area and it knew it or whatever, but it said you cannot use Face ID all of a sudden unless you know your password. So that's what happened.
Sometimes what happens too is when it reboots, you can't use your Face ID. You got to put in your passcode.
And that may be what have happened. I don't think it rebooted at all, but I don't know. Maybe the GPS realized that I was not in Connecticut. I was in Michigan.
Yeah.
You know, at that point. So
yeah, well, because I have Face ID. I mean, I have a passcode on mine, but it's a number that I'm aware of.
So Bob says, so leave your phone at the hotel, have fun, and buy an Android. Well, I don't have a problem leaving it there, but everything is done via your phone.
Yeah.
You know, there, everywhere. I mean, you wanna find something, you gotta look on your phone.
Yeah.
You wanna unlock your hotel room, you know, use the Bluetooth, and your phone is now the key to your room.
Sure.
I mean, that's just some of it. Need a ride somewhere? Well, get a ride on your phone.
Oh, yeah.
You know, people are worried about, we're all going to get chipped someday, and you already are, folks. You already are.
Well,
so
it's a chip in your flu shot. That's what they say.
My flu shot?
I mean, your COVID shot.
Hey.
Everybody thinks that.
What's your number? 867-5309 -860.
Yeah. Well, that's unfortunate that happened, you know. But you take the passcode. You took the passcode off now.
Yeah, I took the Apple Wallet off of it too.
Did you?
Yeah. I want nothing to do with it.
No, I have Apple.
I'll screw it up.
Yeah, I hear you. But if you're going to do it, you got to remember to put a number that you're very common with.
But I don't really have,
Yeah, you do. You got a number you could think of.
No, what I need to do is I need to write it down.
But if you
put it in my wallet.
Oh, well.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I am my father's son, and the older I get, the more I forget. So
yeah, that's true. But
because my dad walks around with a little notepad, little flippy notepad, where he writes everything down.
Well, yeah, I keep track of any passcodes or anything like that. Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of them are on my phone.
See, there you go. That's my point.
Yeah,
that's my point. Is that you have a password lockbox on these things.
Yeah,
if you can't get in them, well, then you're locked.
Yeah.
So,
but I use a number that I'm very familiar with. So,
but I would love to see if people could actually do that for 2 days. Just
they couldn't. No.
It's hard.
It's hard.
You don't realize it until people. I'm sure people are listening to me now, going, "Yeah, piece of cake." Well, It's not easy because you don't realize how much, and I don't want to say how much you use this stuff, but how you are dependent on it, I think is probably a better word.
Absolutely.
I just got a text. Send me your damn password and I'll keep it in my locked notes where I keep all of mine. Well, that's a beautiful idea, but if I can't get in my phone, I can't text you and ask you for my password.
Yeah. Well.
Hello, Joanne McCoy.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, I have Apple Wallet, and the only reason why I have Apple Wallet is because the tickets going to the Sun games, you got to put the tickets in your Apple Wallet. I don't keep any credit cards in the Apple Wallet at all. Mm-hmm. I just not that ready.
But what would happen if your phone was locked up and you couldn't get into it?
Then I wouldn't have my tickets.
Right, and you'd be like up a creek without a paddle, right?
Yeah. Well, the other thing is,
and that's just one thing.
That's true, but I wouldn't be. I mean, if I was on a trip, then I'd be screwed. But if I'm home,
well, if you're at Mohegan Sun, you can just go down to the will call or some sort of guest relations.
Right. But you have their tickets are on Apple Wallet.
Yeah,
you have to download them from Ticketmaster.
Yeah. So we stayed on the resort itself, and it was the first time that either of us, Melissa or I, stayed on the resort.
Mm-hmm.
Before, I mean, I've stayed at hotels like in Kissimmee.
Yeah. So you were on the Mouse reservation.
We were at Top Century.
Ooh.
Which was really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, each section was a certain decade.
Oh.
So 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s.
Oh.
So we were in the 50s.
Oh man.
So we would go outside and we would hear, Danny and the Juniors at the Hop.
Really?
Yeah. that kind of stuff.
Everybody walking around with 50s clothes.
Huh?
Everybody walking around dressed up like the 50s.
No. They weren't doing that. But the pools were really cool.
Yeah.
One was a 10-pin pool or a bowling pin. It was
Oh.
shaped like a bowling pin.
Wow.
There was the computer pool. There was the hippy dippy pool, which was the 70s pool, which was a blast.
Yeah.
And they would play movies there at night, for
Wow.
kids to watch. And
That's kind of cool.
yeah, it was really good. The food there, honestly, at their restaurant that they had there was surprisingly good. And there is this turkey sandwich that everybody talks about. Like if you go in the Pop Century group, on your phone, if you go through that, you'll see people talking about the legendary turkey sandwich that they have. And it is legendary. I will say that. So if you ever go to Pop Century and you want to get some food, get the turkey sandwich.
Wow.
I mean, it's not like lunch meat. It's actual turkey.
Real turkey.
Yeah. With roasted red peppers, some sort of basil dressing on it, and other things, and tomato. And the bread is like,
sorry,
breaking my. Way to go, Paul. Way to go.
Yeah,
the bread was that. It was just,
really?
It was beautiful. All right, at a resort, you'd think, you're just gonna get a, turkey on rye or something like that, and here, slab a pickle there, and you're good.
Wow.
Then you get a nice little portion of fries.
Yeah.
How much do you think that would be? Serious, at a resort,
$18.
It was 11.
11. That's pretty cheap.
Yeah, so it was very good.
Wow. And surprisingly, the food was that good because they're actually quantity. They're making this stuff in quantity, not quality. I guess it's got quality.
It's good, but they're gonna rip you off because if you're in the park, guess how much a bottle of Dasani water is?
Probably $6.
$3.50.
Yeah,
they're getting them for a dime, 15 cents each. With the amount that they're buying,
of course.
So they're making tons of money just on drinks. But Pop Century was cool.
Yeah,
it was really cool. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So, and I think the nicest thing about it is that it was so easy, meaning to get to any of the parks, whether it was Animal Kingdom, Magic Kingdom, Kingdom, where else? Epcot and Hollywood Studios.
Mm-hmm.
They were all different. Like you could take a Skyliner.
Oh,
so the Skyliner was like right behind, a couple rows past our room. So you'd get off the Skyliner, at any one of the resorts, Epcot being the furthest one away.
Yeah.
Or you could take a bus.
Oh, Skyliner would be more fun.
Skyliner was fun unless you have a little anxiety and sometimes it stops.
Oh.
Don't look down. Don't look down.
So
but it was really cool.
Swinging maybe?
Not much. Yeah, the whole piece of anxiety was, how the hell are we on this cable? It's like this one clip. And that's it. And then Melissa finally had to say, she goes, Mike, it's not the car that's moving. It's the cable that's moving. It's a pulley. I went, oh yeah. She's so smart.
Oh, there you go.
So Pop Century, there are other one. The other one was that was right next to us was a resort called the Art of Animation, which again it's themed, and it's themed about all different movies that were up. So, hey, what's up?
How was your?
Good. Did you see the email I wrote you, Chris?
I did.
Yeah, there's more to it.
I know.
But
I saw his text too.
Yeah.
We were right there all night.
Paul, what did I say to you? What did I say to you?
No.
You know what I said?
Well, what did I say to you?
No, he knew you were here.
Yeah. I'll tell you more.
Okay, I got your traps in the office.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You guys
Just put them out here. Stuff. If you leave, I'll take them. Thanks.
Hey, how's filming going for The Last American Vampire?
I am so fucking tired.
Whoa. Well,
I didn't know you were on.
Chris is so flipping tired.
I'm so flipping tired.
I don't think I've really ever heard you use drop an F-bomb quite like that.
Yeah, that's 2 nights now out of the last 5 that I've gone to bed at 1 o'clock in the morning.
That doesn't happen with you.
No,
No.
that's 5 hours past.
We'll talk to you later.
All right.
All right. Hey,
Good
Tor.
show.
That's Chris and Dave from Platinum Gear Productions. They're doing a short film called The Last American Vampire. They're doing filming around town and
Yeah,
different
actually,
areas.
they were in
and,
Brewitt last night.
yeah, and I've seen them, do stuff in here, and it's really going to be
Did
cool.
you see the vampire?
Yeah, I met him.
I mean, he was sitting in Brewitt last night because I had gone into Brewitt because I was one of the guys that ran out,
Mhm.
and man, he is scary.
Yeah, the whole thing
He is scary
He's very
looking.
good. Yeah,
Yeah, I looked at him and said, "Hey, you
and
been,
he's a little guy.
yeah,
He's
you haven't been in the sun much, have you?" I mean, he was white as hell.
But it was so that's going to be interesting, and it's going to be I can't wait to see that.
Yeah.
So getting back to the Skyliner at Pop Century. It was really cool.
Oh,
you
good.
can just go you can hop from resort to resort.
And you happen to go to all the resorts, I hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So there was one question that I just got asked, and do you have to wear masks at the resort? Yeah, you do. Not outside.
Oh, that's good.
Not outside, but when you walk into a building at Disney right now, they literally have a person at the front of wherever you're walking in telling you to bring your mask back up, and then they tell you to make sure your mask is above your nose, because a lot of people try to get away with it, and
right there.
including me.
Yeah.
Where they just pull it up, they go
Yeah.
and they're tough about it.
Yeah.
They will call you out in front of people.
Well, the good thing is you didn't have to wear it outside.
No, you do not have to at this point.
Yeah.
You do not have to wear your mask outside. But I will tell you, in the Florida heat, in a line with a bunch of people, if you end up going inside, say like it's the Space Mountain ride. Have you ever been on Space Mountain?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool ride. Isn't it?
Cool, right?
Yeah. It's hot. It's it's I don't care what anybody says. And we're not anybody, but I mean, like videos you see about, yes, you can breathe with your mask on. It's just fine. Here, look at this O2 meter. What a bunch of crap that is.
Yeah.
You can't breathe through these things like you do normally.
No, you can't.
There's just no way.
Yeah.
No way.
Well, the mask thing, unfortunately, is going to be back up here again too. So
Yeah. Oh, and actually, Margot, who's in the room right now, who's Rihanna's mom, and this is true. Rihanna and I were on a ride. We were on Dinosaur Ride at Hollywood Studios in Dino Land, and the ride was really cool.
Mhm.
Well, almost all of the thrill rides, they take a picture of you somewhere that you can purchase or whatever at the end. They wouldn't let us. It was just Rihanna and I on the ride. Well, and the thing, I mean, it moves around in this thing, and the mask fell. So it's a matter of holding on, for dear life, or reached up, put the mask on. So I held on. Well, they wouldn't even sell us the picture
because your mask was
because my mask was off. And it wasn't off. It was just like this.
Yeah, because if you showed that picture
Yeah.
around, then it would look like you can get away with it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
But then it showed up in Marco's phone, and we got it anyway.
Well, funny.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Well, like I said, you're lucky you didn't have to wear them outside because that would.
And Rihanna, if you're listening, good morning, little girl. I love you. So that's just a small part of Disney. There's so many things to Disney now that I don't ever remember. because I've been there like 25 years.
Yeah, I haven't been there.
But it's so many different things. Like there was one area called Pleasure Island years ago, and it had like 8 different clubs. One was a roller skating arena, one was a comedy club, one was a dance club, and it was a coffee club. It was just a bunch of different, and they had shops and stuff. Now it's known as Disney Springs.
Oh.
And it's a big, huge mall.
Oh.
Well, kind of like outlets. They're not outlets.
Gotcha.
You know, they're getting full price for everything.
Yeah, of course.
But there was so many different stores.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe the amount of shopping that you could do there.
That's how they make their money. Yeah.
They make their money on drinks, man.
Yeah. Well, especially when you're being hot like that. Everybody's buying drinks to stay cool.
Yeah.
So, well, that's good. Had a good time. That's all that counts.
Hmm?
Other than a phone problem.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was but you know what, no matter what, I would do it again. We were already talking about it, you know, on the way back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if we would do it again.
Oh.
And absolutely. We're trying to figure out ways, you know, can we go down for like 3 days, 4 days? Like yeah. You could see how that would fit in, you know, but you wouldn't really be able to see that unless you were there.
Yeah.
For you know, an extended period of time.
No. You were there a week though, right?
Yeah. Well, I guess 8 days, 7 nights.
That's
it was
quite a
Tuesday
long
to
time.
Tuesday.
It's like quite a long time to go around.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah. And I don't know, like there's so many things I could talk about what rides were the coolest thing. Oh, here's something. So if you're going to Disney World and you're going anytime soon, and you can always look, everything's on the app, by the way. All right. So, you know, I didn't download it. I don't have it on my phone anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I do. Don't I? Yeah, here it is. So you can see exactly what ride you want and how long the wait times are. So let's see. Virtual queues. Here we are. All right. Oh, that's that one. Is it this one? I don't even know. Well, anyway, all right, you can sign into your Disney app and you can see exactly, you know, what the queues are and, you know, how long the wait times are.
Yeah.
Well, if
you have a phone.
Shut up. My God, Paul, really? You're gonna run that through? Yeah, I'll make sure that won't ever happen again. I'll make sure, that's for sure. So anyway, hi Jim. I lost my train of thought.
You said that you make sure that never happens again.
We were talking about his phone.
Oh. So anyway, you go ahead and you check the queues, and if you're going to go to Disney, and next thing you know, it says 60-minute wait to get on the ride. No.
Huh?
No. It's more like 25.
Oh.
And I think they do that to deter you.
Yeah.
To go on to a different ride so the line doesn't get any longer.
Wow.
So yeah, just so if you're on your way there or you're going there at some point and you see the virtual queues, no, it's not that at all.
Oh.
I mean, I got on Rihanna and I got on Space Mountain, and it was an hour. It said an hour 40 to get on. We legit were in line for about 55 minutes.
Wow.
But that was it.
Was it, huh?
Yeah. And then the ride was awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's a fabulous ride.
Oh, hold on, Jim. Let me turn the. What's that?
I said that's a
That's you gotta talk. You gotta talk.
Well, I didn't know you were still on. I
Yeah,
thought you were on your break already.
No.
Oh
okay.
no, he's no break.
I said Space Mountain because I haven't been to Disney for years, but
Right.
Space Mountain to me was one of the best rides.
Did you
there.
did you ride it?
Many times?
Oh yeah. That's a good one.
I don't know that I have the patience to stand in line for 55 minutes for
I don't think I
for
would
a
either.
1 or 2 minute ride.
I tell you,
to
I'm
be
real
honest
sick
with
with
you.
this. I'm walking away.
Yeah.
Of course, that's just us because we're old.
I don't know. I mean, the ride was really good. I love Space Mountain. I really honestly do. It's really exhilarating.
Number one.
Number one, you say? Have you? Well, I thought so too. Have you been on a rock and roller coaster at Hollywood Studios?
I don't know if it existed when I was last.
It wasn't
time
there when I
Oh my God!
was there. Well, yeah, it was the last time I was in Florida and Orlando. It was there.
Oh.
Yeah, but I was on a business trip, so I couldn't go on the ride.
I mean, it may be. When was our first trip down there? 96.
Oh no, it wasn't.
Yeah,
there.
it probably.
at that point.
I haven't probably been in Disney World for 20 years.
Okay, yeah, it wasn't there. So it was about 25 for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, this thing's called Rock and Roller Coaster. It's at Hollywood Studios, and it's all Aerosmith.
Really?
Yeah. So you see them, in the recording studio. It's all virtual reality. I mean, it looks like they are really right there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's really cool. You get to the line, and they're basically the story. And all the rides are like stories, right?
Mhm.
So the story is that we're all in the recording studio, and we did something, and they're going to give us all backstage passes. So they say they need a stretch limo, and they said, no, we really need a big stretch limo. So you get there, and what you're riding in looks like a stretch limo.
Really?
All right. But it's and I don't know, there's probably
That sounds
40 people that can ride it at once. Okay. So you're sitting there, and then you see a sign, and it's going, we're going to go pretty soon. Let's go. And when it goes go, I'm not kidding you. You go 0 to 60 in like 3 seconds.
Oh.
I mean, it's just zoom. And then the first part is probably the freakiest part of it all. And much like Space Mountain, it's in the dark, but then you start seeing street signs and all this stuff because you're going to the quote unquote Aerosmith concert. So you go through, and there's a loop, which you don't see it. You don't see it coming. And there are two corkscrews.
Full around.
Huh?
Full around.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't notice it. Or you just feel yourself flipping around. That's all there is to it. And like so you see, different like street signs and stuff like that. No, it's congested. Come on, drive faster here.
Did you feel any 0G?
I don't know what 0G is, but
Well,
It's 5 less than 5G.
oh, that'll kill you.
Okay. Jeez, he's on a roll this morning. Huh?
He is. He's like butter. Goodness. But that was an awesome ride.
Yeah. Oh.
So Mary Beth just says a Hotel Tower of Terror. I have one word for that. No. I will go on almost anything, and no.
I
I
avoid roller coasters also.
What do you think Space Mountain is?
Well, yeah, but that one never bothered me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Tower of Terror is not a roller coaster. It's basically you're in an elevator, and it just drops you straight down. It's
That'd be quite the feeling.
Yeah. No. I don't. First of all, I don't like elevators.
No.
So I made it very, very clear at the beginning before we did anything. I'm not going on Tower of Terror.
Wow.
Right. There was one ride that I was going to go on, and this was at Epcot, which I was very disappointed that I didn't get. I'll tell you why. No, not Epcot. I'm sorry, Animal Kingdom. It was the Pandora Ride, Freedom of Flight, or where you're actually on an avatar, or that's what they say you are. Well, you get into it, and they have to lock you in. and it's like you're on a motorcycle kind of thing. You have to lean
The
forward.
flagship for Griswold High School sports, and your home for local news and weather.
Broadcasting from Main Street in the borough of Jewett City.
The Streaming News and Sports Network,
the commercial.
SNSN.
All right, there we go. That had to pop up out of nowhere. So, so, and it's two things up front, and then you have to have your legs up. And I felt like I was in a chiropractor, because the guy comes up, he goes, "All right, we got one more to go, one more click," and he goes over and he literally pancakes me into this thing. I couldn't move.
Really?
I couldn't move at all. I mean, nothing. And then I said, "No, I can't do this, man. I can't. Get me out." I was so claustrophobic.
Really?
Yeah, I had to. I no. Everything else was cool.
Wow.
Everything else was cool.
Well, it's you mentioned claustrophobic, and I'm not claustrophobic, but I remember when I was doing for Raytheon training for emergency stuff, we had to go through a maze like we were in a fire. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew I could stand up at any point I wanted to and just walk out of there. But
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I had a little bit of a sense of claustrophobia. In
See,
there.
now if I know I can get the heck out of there or whatever, I'm good, But like, nothing scares me more than the fear of getting caught in between floors.
Yeah.
In an elevator. That just freaks the shit out of me. I don't want nothing to do with it.
I mean, I
got
can't.
stuck on an elevator.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was right after that movie where they had remember when somebody got stuck on an elevator with somebody? It was a
No.
movie out. Well, I got stuck on an elevator with two women.
Oh.
And,
That's where your second child came from, huh?
and they were pretty nervous, and I was laughing my ass off because I knew damn well we're only up half a floor.
Yeah.
It's like
Well, I can't imagine.
It's not the point for me. It's I can't get out.
Yeah.
I can't
so-
imagine what firefighters must feel like if they're in a multi-unit building.
yeah.
And it's
You can't get
smoke-filled
out.
and
Yeah,
fire
yeah.
and
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you get lost in there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, that's just
So
not
Tower
somewhere I
of
wanna
Terror,
be.
no. It's not happening.
It's funny
Yeah.
that you guys are talking about Disney here because I think a day or two ago I thought about Disney myself because we haven't been there for so long, and I haven't mentioned it to Carolyn yet. But I thought maybe we might take another trip down to Disney at some point just to relive what we did 20, 30, 40 years ago.
Oh
you know?
wow.
Go to we stayed at Pop Century, which it was nice. It was nice. It was fun, and it was accommodating.
If we go, we've always taken a motorhome in the past, except 40 years ago. But although this year we have talked about going down and renting a place for a month down there.
Mhm.
We have a friend down there. He just bought a huge mansion, but he's invited us to come down anytime we want.
Sure. I guess it all depends on what you're going down there for. Like if you're going down there for Disney, and you're not going there to visit friends or relatives or anything like that. Staying on the property, which is the first time that I've ever done it, was really, I was telling Paul, it's just so easy.
Yeah.
It's just very easy.
Mhm.
So it was fun.
Yeah, we don't have too many friends left down there, actually.
No.
Well,
There's another ride that, have you ever heard it? You ever watch Toy Story, the movie?
maybe I have. I reckon.
All right, there's a character called Slinky Dog. It's a dog. It's
Yeah.
got the slinky in between. There's a roller coaster called Slinky Dog.
Oh really?
That is probably one of the more fun roller coasters. It is just a
Yeah,
blast.
It actually does do that, huh?
Well, I don't know if it does that
Oh,
or
you
not.
just get the feeling?
Yeah, it's just a fun roller coaster.
That was at Disney too?
Yeah, that was at Hollywood Studios.
Oh, okay.
And it's not, incredibly fast, or anything like that. But it was just a fun roller coaster.
Yeah.
And you're going through, and all of a sudden everybody's going, Slinky Dog!
Don't they do a lot of TV shows out of Hollywood Studios?
If they did, I didn't see anything.
Yeah, I thought they did. Maybe I'm wrong.
But then all right, here's another ride that I don't know how long it's been there. I think it's rather new. It's towards the back of Hollywood Studios. It's called Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. So, by the
I
way,
don't remember it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's fairly new. It's at Hollywood Studios. And by the way, if you ever notice, there's a lot of railroad type rides or train rides or whatever at Disney. It's because Walt Disney was such a huge
Like
train
trains,
buff.
right? Like
Yeah.
trains.
Yeah. So anyway, we get in to this Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. First thing they do is they put you in this room and you watch like a 2-3 minute cartoon. And they're talking about Mickey and Minnie they're gonna go on a picnic, come along with them and stuff like that. Next thing you know, the bottom of the screen, or the like the bottom few feet of the in the middle of the screen, smoke starts coming out of it. Just out of nowhere. Because the car was blowing up or something, or the train was. Next thing you know, the smoke clears. It's a doorway. And you walk in right through the screen. I mean, it's like, how the hell did this happen? Where'd that come from?
Holograms.
I don't know what they did, but it just wasn't there. Well, it was, but it wasn't. And then you get into one of the railway cars. I'm not kidding you. You are now in the cartoon.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
It was really cool.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Mary Beth said it's fairly new, and it used to be called the Great Movie Ride.
Oh.
Yeah, but it was fun. It was there were things at Disney that I found that give you a lot of thrills, and then there are things at Disney that are just fun, like Slinky Dog. It's just fun.
Yeah.
Mickey and Minnie's Railway, just fun. The fireworks every night, just fun.
They have fireworks every night, right?
Yeah, Disney and Epcot.
Yep.
I don't think they have them at Hollywood Studios.
I would think not.
Animal Kingdom. We went on the safari. I was a little disappointed in that.
Really?
Yeah. So a lot of giraffes, a couple of hippos, rhinos, but no lions, no tigers, no big cats.
Oh, the tiger guy got them all.
He's in jail.
Trying
He's in
to
jail.
Part of that may be there's a lot of pushback about not museums, but zoos
keeping
and
animals.
keeping wild animals caged. Really,
Well,
It is a zoo,
yeah.
basically.
And
I
I'm
mean-
saying there's a lot of pushback against that.
Well, there was a big thing in an article related to the Mystic Aquarium where one of the whales died. And people were really upset about that because they said they shouldn't even be in the aquarium. They should be free, because one of them apparently they got them from Washington State or something. They came from out of state. They brought 3 whales here. One of them died, of course, and everybody was all upset over that,
Well,
But I think Mystic Aquarium, I think they take care of their animals.
Well,
Like-
see, some of the time, these animals that you find in zoos and things, they actually were injured animals, and
Yeah.
they can't return to the wildlife.
They can't return to the wild.
So,
Exactly.
is it better to have them live in a confined environment? I'll euthanize them.
Right.
And that's
Exactly.
another big discussion you could have.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We saw some gorillas there as well.
Yeah.
And one had a baby named Grace.
really.
Yeah, just a little thing. I got pictures actually,
Yeah.
but she was right there up by the glass, and we talked to the people that were in there giving information on them, and we asked do they like the people being around? Well, the mother, she said just by her being there, by the glass, with her baby and everything, even though and with her back turned to the people, I mean she trusts.
Yeah.
That's the trust rate.
Well,
there.
they've seen them for so many years.
Yeah, they get conditioned.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
They know they ain't gonna get hurt,
Right.
So yeah, I mean I could go on and on about the different experiences that we had at Disney and stuff, but good and bad.
Yeah.
And honestly, the bad wasn't caused by them.
You did it to yourself.
Locked my phone up. But yeah, that was really it.
Oh, good.
So well, hi Chris. Bye, Chris. So what's going on in Connecticut? I could tell you in Florida,
Well,
Go ahead.
the mask mandate now is in New Haven or North Haven, I believe now. Hartford inside,
Uh-huh.
and I believe Hartford yesterday just went to a mask mandatory inside in Hartford.
Okay.
I think that starts today. So the mask mandates are starting to come back. But again, there's a lot of BS going on because Fauci was complaining about Sturgis. Now, Sturgis is in South Dakota.
South Dakota, yeah.
And there are thousands and thousands of bikers
Mhm.
that
And a lot from our town here.
absolutely
Yeah.
merge on Sturgis, and nobody's wearing the mask. Nobody. Well, he's complaining that because of Sturgis, it's going to spread. It's going to be there. Obama just had a big birthday party on the Vineyard of all his Hollywood gurus.
Who did?
Obama. Not one of them wore a mask.
Yeah.
Never said a word.
Well, if you guys recall, I did a study on the masks over a year ago. And what I did is I referenced back to an article that was done in England long before all the mask and crap. And fundamentally, the masks do very little for anybody.
Yeah. So, but it's starting to come back again. I wouldn't be surprised that by fall we'll all have to wear a mask when we go back inside again. I mean, the town hall has already required it. You can't go into town hall unless you wear a mask now. You know?
So my question is, Jim, why are you wearing a mask then?
I'll tell you offline.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's perplexing, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
That's perplexing. So
There's a lot of people that are doing it. I mean, you go into supermarkets, you go into Home Depot, go to any place like that. There are people wearing a mask.
I was into Walmart. Another frustrating experience.
Oh, yeah, I
Anytime
know
you
what
go
you're
into
going
Walmart, they got nobody working there.
No, it's all machine now.
Yeah, it's that. Not only that, and I had a head of lettuce, and the girl flipped her light off. She says, "I'm closed." I says, "I got a single head of lettuce. Can't you take and check me out?" Kept pointing to the sign. I says, "Why don't you people get some GD help in this place?" And of course, probably the answer is because they can't hire anybody.
Yeah.
You know, and that's kind of that affects down at Disney too. When we were down there,
Yeah.
When we were down there, we literally experienced 70 brand new employees at the resort that are fresh out of training.
Yeah. It's like nobody wants to work.
Well, I hope maybe they get some training because most of these places, you know, they put the people out there, and if you come in with any kind of a question that's not just right straight down what they've been taught, they got no answers.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things that we had is that we wanted to go ahead and check into our flight, the flight coming home.
Mhm.
Couldn't do it. You know, you do it online or whatever. We ended up doing it at the kiosk. Well, anyway, at the resort, we asked 4 people.
Really?
Where's the? Because it had a sign. It had a sign that said check in here. You can flight check in computer. Okay. Well, where is it? Person 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's over there. Oh, it's over there. You know, different parts of the hotel. Still couldn't find it. Then we go to the main desk and said, where is this magical terminal that nobody seems to know where it really is? Oh, it's because we don't have it anymore. I looked at the lady. I said, 4 people gave us 4 definitive answers on what they thought.
Were these employees?
These employees, yeah. And none of them were right.
Yeah.
They were 0 for 4.
Yeah.
They were 0 for 4.
Oh,
But then again, you know, it's if you don't know the answer, don't make one up.
Yeah. You know what I've always said is, if don't answer the question if you don't know the answer, because I'm going to act on your answer, and then bad information is worse than no information at all.
Yeah, and what I have found too, and this was the one thing that I really recognized, is they are doing more and pushing you more towards self-service options.
Yep.
Anything that you can do by yourself, they will tell you, well, you can do this. Okay.
everything's on your phone.
Well, I lost a water bottle, you know, and I knew exactly where I lost it and where I left it.
Mhm.
And it wasn't like a $4 water bottle. It was a metal water bottle, had a bunch of stickers on it from, different things. Rihanna had given me, my daughter gave me all the stickers for it. And I'm like, okay, I know where it is. Well, so I go to the desk. Hi, can you help me with a lost and found? I know exactly where I left it. All they did was give me a piece of paper with a barcode on it. And it said, you just scan the barcode and you go and you fill out all the questions, for the lost and found. I'm like, can't you just call over to the Tusker house and say, is this there? I remembered the name of our server. No, we can't do that. You have to do this. I'm like, are you serious? Really? Wow. So hospitality is taking a big turn.
Yeah.
Because everything's going towards self-service options. So if you're going to go away and you end up experiencing stuff like this, that's going to get worse. Because if they can automate things and it's less that they have to do.
And it's unfortunate because younger people can do it, but there's a lot of elderly people that can't do it.
Right.
And they're kind of stuck because a lot of them don't know how to use a phone. They didn't grow up with the technology. I mean, it's beyond from them using it. So it makes it kind of tough for some people, I mean, 20 years from now, everybody will be, be no issue then. But now, still a lot of people around that just don't know how to use computers or don't believe in them.
Well, a lot of people think they can't live without a phone. I mean, up until 20 years ago, we did everything without a phone.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
But now we've had 20 years of programming.
Yeah.
To tell us we do need them.
I like the word programming. Yes. Put that in parentheses. Programming.
Yeah. I mean, I've always used a PC to do all my stuff. And now more and more I keep moving away from the computer.
Doing it all on your phone.
It's all on my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I still pay my bills on my computer because I want the protection, but I don't keep anything that I want.
There is no protection, Paul.
Well, I have a lot of stuff that I.
I mean, there's protection from people like me who know nothing. Okay.
But, the protection of hackers. I mean, I got all kinds of stuff.
I mean, I got a letter from the state a few years ago. I'd gotten hacked on from something on the state. The state account got hacked. I mean, the federal government. It gets hacked.
That's what I mean. If someone's going to get you, I've been saying this for years. If someone's going to get you, you're going to get got. End of story. There's nothing.
Yeah, that's true.
So Daryl from the Healthy Computer says, just reading the Obama party, it had to be proven that you were vaccinated and you had to have a COVID test proving you were not carrying the virus to attend. Not saying the party was right, but at least it took precautions.
Wasn't setting a good example, though.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because most people won't dig into that and realize what was going on.
Because of the clientele that were at the party. It wasn't the everyday common guy like you or I. It was, actors and, senators and whoever else, so.
Got it.
So, but the point that I was making was that Fauci mouthing off, he's picking and choosing what is okay and what is not. He just should have said, he shouldn't have just ignored that one. He should have said something about that one as well.
Look up Fauci and look up patents. Okay,
I know
that'll answer your questions about Fauci. He's a criminal.
He's not very well liked by a lot of people. So.
All right, so we're going to take a quick break, and Paul will have the weather forecast right here. Keep it here. Yeah, right there. Hot. It's SNSN.
Life is full of choices. At Jewett City Savings Bank, we can make one choice easy, finding the right checking account. We offer a range of affordable accounts to fit your budget and needs, and each gives you the freedom to access your money the way you want, online, through our mobile app, or with your debit card. It's your money and your choice. To learn more about the account that's right for you, stop by one of our offices or visit us at jcsbank.com. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC.
You buy better.
Better first.
Much better.
So much better first. The right insurance at the right price.
Hurricane season is upon us. Did you know insurance companies can issue moratoriums that prevent you from securing coverage when there's an impending storm? Homeowners, business owners, property owners, act now. Don't let your coverage leave you out in the rain. The licensed professionals at the Burns Agency are here to help. Call, email, or chat with us online today. Don't let the next natural disaster become an insurance disaster. The Burns Agency, proudly serving Eastern Connecticut since 1932.
All right, let's take a look at the forecast right now for Eastern Connecticut. And here is Paul Ash.
Good morning, everybody. Right now, the temperature downtown Jewett City is close to 80 degrees. But today, it's going to be a mix of clouds and sun. Well, it says highs around 88, so we're getting close there right now, folks. It's around 80. But tonight, lows around 72. Could be some clouds around. And of course, for Thursday, well, it's going to be intervals of clouds and sunshine. Again, continue to be hot and humid, so we complained about the cool weather. Now it's getting hot. 92 degrees tomorrow. And of course, for tomorrow night, cloudy, lows around 71. So stay cool. This is Wednesday, 08/11/2021.
All right. Very good, Paul. Thank you very much. All right. So Obama's party is supposedly, it seems like it was they had precautions.
They say they did.
They say they did. Okay.
Yeah.
But you're not buying
what
it.
else are they going to say?
Yeah. What else are they going to say?
Okay.
But Sturgis, anyways, outside.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just saying the only thing I really was Sturgis or something else. That one thing you can't, didn't have masks. He bitched about. Another party didn't have any masks, and he didn't bitch about that one. So do I think some of the people at Sturgis may have been taking precautions? Probably. I don't know. Who the hell knows? But it's just that
we don't know.
If you're going to complain about everything. Don't just pick one item. So
Yeah.
that's the point I was trying to make.
And you're absolutely right, Paul. Just look at the news. Okay.
Yeah.
Every newscaster has got an agenda.
Yeah. So that's the only point I was trying to make.
So, Jim, here's a question directed at you.
Oh my God.
I just looked up. This is Daryl. I just looked up Fauci patents. Which one is the one you didn't like?
It's not a question of not liking them. It's the question that he is an employee of the people. Okay. And when I worked for Raytheon, any patents that I developed, and I had patents, I had to assign to Raytheon.
Right.
Okay.
The company owns them.
The company owns them.
Yeah.
Down there, the people like Fauci and the rest of those characters, they get rights to the patents. Okay.
Right.
They're getting compensation for those patents. So the more he pushes drugs, pharmaceuticals, vaccines, the more goes into his bank account.
So you don't like him because he is profiting from them.
No, that's just a small point of it. The guy has been wrong so many times. It's like that guy in England.
Who, Leighton?
No. There's a scientist he said, and I don't know the numbers. I'm just picking numbers out of the air. He says 60,000 people were going to die from Ebola. Okay, what happened? About 100 people died. Like I said, I don't know the exact numbers, but everything he said is wrong. Most everything Fauci said is wrong. How many times has he changed his mind? Oh, the masks don't work. Oh, you got to wear a mask. No, we're finding out the masks aren't that effective. Okay.
So Daryl just said assignee is the United States of America as represented by the Secretary, Department of Health and Human Services.
I'm not saying that that isn't the case, but they profit from the inventions that are made.
With the United States or Fauci?
Fauci, those people personally.
Okay.
Yeah, but is he actually an employee of the federal government, or is he assigned?
Well, that's an interesting question.
I don't think that he is.
He could be a contractor.
He's the CDC, from what I've seen, and this was quite some time ago, is a quasi-government operation. Okay. I'm not sure whether the National Institutes of Health is also a quasi-operation or not.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, but that could be the difference
Mhm.
because as an employee, like, even though we're not employed for you, if we came up with something,
Right.
we're working here, you'd be, you'd own it, I guess.
But I compliment Daryl on the fact that he goes and digs into things,
Yeah.
because 99.9% of the people don't.
Yeah. Well, he's a technology guy. So
Yeah.
He digs into a lot.
He has many healthy computers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is-
I wonder if his computers wear a mask.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They do get viruses, though.
They do.
They do get viruses,
And they're deadly,
and they are deadly.
Yeah.
but they don't take a vaccine for them.
No, they don't. That's
Well,
true.
they do.
No.
It's a different type. Just some sort of
Well, there is because there is
antivirus
There's
software.
a virus software that actually removes the virus. So
Mhm.
Now, I'm saying, I said a few minutes ago, you can't believe anything you hear in the news or read even. I read one article on one hospital, and it basically said that of the people who were coming in with the Delta variant, none of them had been vaccinated. Okay.
that's what they're saying.
And then I read an article on another hospital that has said that 75% of their new cases had been vaccinated.
Yeah. Well,
What's the real numbers? You don't know.
I guess the vaccination, you can still get COVID, but
It doesn't prevent COVID.
it
That's
doesn't
correct.
prevent it.
That's correct.
And then they're saying it doesn't prevent it. They never really said it would, but it will reduce the symptoms of what you're going to have, a very mild case of it.
Well,
You
we
know.
got an interesting thing coming up very shortly, because the Secretary of Defense has said all the active military are going to be vaccinated.
Yeah.
And there's an awful lot of military that say they're not going to be vaccinated. What are they going to do?
Plus, not only that, but there's a lot of medical staff
Oh yeah.
that don't want to get vaccinated. What are you going to do? Fire them now? I mean, these people went through hell over the last year and a half, saving people, and now because they don't want to get vaccinated, now you're going to kick them out of a job. I mean, come on, how fair is that? I mean, if they went through that and never got sick, then why not? If you protect yourself, why should you force them?
Yeah.
Well, in general, I think the consensus is that natural immunity is by far the best immunity.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Biden was trying to get it. He was trying to make it mandatory for every U.S. citizen to get a freaking shot. But, can't do that. And the other thing, too, is you can't ask anybody if they got a shot.
You can ask them, but they don't have to answer
They
you.
don't have to answer you.
Although I've been told that if a medical person asks you that question, that you are required to answer it. I don't know what
I
is
don't
true there.
know.
Maybe
Well, I
maybe somebody listening in that's
They
in the medical field
they
knows.
mention it in a different kind of way. So we had a situation within our family. My stepmother had a stroke, and she was at UMass. I mean, thank God she's home. She is home. She went to rehab for about 4 or 5 days, and
That was a short rehab.
well, she was at UMass for about 2 weeks,
Mhm.
and then she went to another facility. Oh yeah, she bounced back. It was amazing.
Yeah.
It was absolutely amazing. So, but at UMass, they said, no, they had asked before, about her vaccination record. Well, now different homes for rehab were like, it was hard to get one
Mhm.
to find, right? Because then they said, they didn't say, has she been vaccinated against COVID-19? What they said is, we need a copy of her COVID-19 shot record. So either you have it or you don't. They weren't asking, if. They were saying they needed a copy of it.
Well,
A little play on semantics there.
Mhm.
but if you go to any medical facility, to get some kind of a medical procedure done, you cannot go in to get that procedure done unless you have a COVID test.
Yep.
You can't go in. You get a COVID test. If it comes negative, then you can go get your operation.
Yeah. Well, I have a cousin not in this state, another state, that fell, broke her femur.
Yeah.
And she needs rehab.
Mhm.
She refuses to have the shot. Okay. And so she can't find a rehab. So she's still in the hospital. I'm not, I don't know whether they've explored having a COVID test or not, and then allowing her to go into a rehab. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
But right now, any procedure you go in, you got to have the test before you go. I mean, a planned one. An emergency, well.
Well, see, the PCR test, Paul, if you recall, I told you that was bullshit a year ago.
Yeah.
And that's Fauci has finally admitted that it's ineffective, and it's ending, I think, the end of September.
Yeah. Well, I don't mean to interrupt you, but
no, go ahead. I said some breaking news.
I think the COVID shot that I like, the COVID test I like, spot under the sheets, and if you can smell it, you don't have COVID.
Got it.
Well, I understand there's a spit test.
Oh yeah, I understand that too. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Some breaking news out of Norwich. There's a water main break on Asylum Street, which happened at about 5:30 this morning. So they're saying that some Norwich water customers that are across the Norwich public utility system may be experiencing some water pressure issues.
Wow.
And Norwich Public Utilities called the break significant.
They just turned it on so the kids could cool off.
There you go. It's not even out yet. There's no word yet on what caused the break.
Yeah.
Whatever. So, but there's if you have a little bit of a water or reduction in pressure, that's why. So the Asylum Street water break, the Great Water Break of Norwich.
Asylum Street, that's the west side, right?
No.
Asylum Street.
Oh yeah, it is. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the road that runs behind. Yeah, West Town Street.
All right, so we're gonna wrap things up. It's 9:32. Enjoy the 80s music. If you don't have our app, get it. SN Radio. You can get it free for Android and, of course, for Apple. So
stay cool.
Stay cool, and we appreciate you being there every single day. Then, whoa! Before we go, another breaking story out of Plainfield. Shots fired on Center Street. It's an isolated incident. The scene has secured with no injuries. There's an investigation going on right now. So shots fired.
Wow.
On, and we'll have more on both those stories in a little bit right here on SNSN, and we will see you once again tomorrow morning.
News and information you need for your day. SNSN, your news and information source.